When you see the Golden Arches today, what comes to mind? Fast food, burgers, fries, convenience. But behind one of the most recognizable brands in human history lies a story far more complex, filled with ambition, betrayal, innovation, and relentless expansion. This is not just the story you've heard before. This is the untold story of McDonald's. Before McDonald's became a global empire, it was just a small idea in a struggling America. In the 1930s, two brothers, Richard and Maurice McDonald, were trying to survive during the Great Depression. Like many entrepreneurs of their time, they experimented with different business ideas, searching for something that would work. They eventually opened a drive-in restaurant in San Bernardino, California. At the time, drive-ins were booming, car culture was rising, and people loved the convenience of ordering food without leaving their vehicles. But there was a problem. Drive-ins were chaotic, orders took too long, costs were high, and inefficiency was everywhere. The McDonald brothers weren't satisfied. They weren't just trying to run a restaurant. They wanted to reinvent how food was made and served. In 1948, the McDonald brothers made a radical decision. They shut down their entire restaurant, not because they failed, but because they wanted to rebuild everything from scratch. When they reopened, it wasn't just a restaurant anymore. It was a system. They introduced what would later be known as the Speedy Service System, a revolutionary kitchen design inspired by assembly lines in factories. Every worker had a specific role. Every movement was optimized. Every second mattered. The menu was stripped down to just a few items: burgers, fries, and drinks. This simplicity allowed them to serve food faster and cheaper than anyone else. And just like that, the modern fast food industry was born. In 1954, a traveling milkshake machine salesman named Ray Kroc noticed something unusual. One small restaurant was ordering an unusually high number of milkshake mixers. Curious, he went to investigate. What he saw amazed him. A small, efficient restaurant serving customers at incredible speed. Something he had never seen before. Kroc immediately recognized the potential. This wasn't just a restaurant. This was a system that could be replicated everywhere. He approached the McDonald brothers with a proposal: expand the business through franchising. The brothers agreed, but cautiously. They had already tried franchising before, and it hadn't worked well. But Kroc was persistent, and eventually they gave him a chance. Ray Kroc began opening McDonald's franchises across America. But from the very beginning, there was tension. The McDonald brothers valued quality and control. Kroc valued speed, growth, and scale. He pushed aggressively to expand the brand, sometimes bending the rules set by the brothers. One of his most controversial moves was changing ingredients to reduce costs, something the brothers strongly opposed. The relationship between Kroc and the McDonald brothers became increasingly strained. What started as a partnership slowly turned into a battle for control. In 1961, the conflict reached its peak. Ray Kroc decided he wanted full control of the company. He offered to buy out the McDonald brothers. The deal was worth $2.7 million, a huge amount at the time. The brothers agreed, but there was one crucial detail. They believed they would receive a percentage of future royalties, a handshake agreement. That agreement was never honored. Ray Kroc walked away with complete ownership, and the McDonald brothers, who started it all, were left out of the empire they created. With full control, Kroc moved fast. he transformed McDonald's into a global brand. Standardization became the core philosophy. No matter where you were in the world, a McDonald's burger would taste the same. This consistency became one of the company's greatest strengths. Kroc also invested heavily in marketing. The introduction of mascots, bright colors, and family-friendly environments made McDonald's appealing to children and parents alike. The golden arches became a symbol, not just of food, but of modern life. Here's something most people don't know. McDonald's isn't just a food company, it's a real estate empire. Instead of simply franchising restaurants, McDonald's buys the land where those restaurants are built. Franchise owners don't just pay for using the brand, they also pay rent. This strategy gives McDonald's incredible financial stability. Even if a franchise struggles, the company still earns money through real estate. It's one of the smartest business models ever created. But success didn't come without controversy. Today, McDonald's operates in over 100 countries. But here's what's fascinating. It doesn't just copy the same menu everywhere. In India, you'll find vegetarian options. In Japan, unique local flavors. In the Middle East, halal-certified meals. This ability to adapt while maintaining consistency is one of McDonald's greatest strengths. It's not just an American brand anymore. It's a global phenomenon. The world has changed, and so has McDonald's. From digital ordering to delivery apps, the company has embraced technology. Self-service kiosks have replaced traditional counters in many locations. Mobile apps offer personalized deals and convenience. McDonald's has continuously reinvented itself to stay relevant. Because in the fast food industry, standing still means falling behind. Ray Kroc is often credited as the man who built McDonald's into what it is today. But his legacy is complicated. He was a visionary, but also ruthless. He believed in growth at all costs. And while his decisions created a global empire, they also came at a price. The McDonald brothers, whose idea started it all, are often forgotten. Their story is a reminder that innovation doesn't always guarantee recognition. So what's the untold story of McDonald's? It's not just about burgers and fries. It's about two brothers who dared to think differently, a salesman who saw an opportunity and took it, a system that revolutionized an entire industry, and a company that changed the way the world eats. But it's also a story of ambition, conflict, and the cost of success. Next time you walk into a McDonald's, remember, you're not just stepping into a restaurant, you're stepping into a story decades in the making, a story of innovation, a story of power, and a story that's still being written. Like, subscribe, and stay curious. Because every brand has a story, and some stories are darker than they seem.